are you doing? It's your girl Terry here, and welcome to Terry at U.S.A. And guys, as you can see, we have John. Okay, as we promised, for those that are new here and have not watched my video, the previous video, I was interviewing John about his interview experience when it comes to dvlottery or green card process, and he was talking about getting the host, all those kind of information. So if you haven't watched, please go back and watch. And today's we're talking about part 2, and this is now after getting the visa, coming to the USA, his experience in getting the job. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Yes. Can you tell us how you prepared to your trip? Like, what are the things, the do's and the don't that you can advise someone, because you already gone through it?
Okay, one thing that I can say, like from the journey from back at home now to reaching here, like I can give like a brief information about how I came, like the airport experience and everything, the buying of commodities and everything. Like one thing I can say, and the do and the don'ts on that, I can say that people should always know that the way they think about some things about USA is not how it is. Like I can say it's good for people to always, like if you're coming to USA and you're a new person, try always to do a shopping for yourself, like buy some clothes, buy some shoes, you know, buy those personal effects that you need to be using. Because when you come to USA, remember you'll be using a dollar, and dollar is stronger than Kenyan shilling or any other African currency. So when you come here, your money will be like less, and when you go to the shopping, you'll be like surprised because everything here is is expensive. So it's good for you to just do a good shopping for you before you come here and adjust. You'll be having something like will cover you before you even find job, because you'll not come to USA and just find job at the same time as the first time. So it's good to do that. And also I'll tell people, be warned and be careful even when you go to the airports and everything. Always be on time. And if you don't understand anything, always ask. Because
you buying the ticket, that is one tip that I can give. When you're buying the ticket, you have to check the layover time. Because and you can do the research about the airport, because some airport like Qatar is very straightforward. Even if there is some kind of difficulties, you will get through to your destination very easy. But for the airport like Heathrow in London, it's complicated. So check the day over time, maybe 3 hours or 4 hours, right? So if actually, it's 1 hour, you could have gone.
If it was 1 hour, I think I could have been left in London, and I could have had to like to look for another way for me to go, because it took me from now the train and also to reach to Terminal C. It took me 1 hour and a half, because I've taken the train and again now I'm asking around. I've wasted like 20 minutes there asking around. Then when I go to the bus, from the bus now to Terminal C, it took me 30 minutes. So you can see it's like 1 hour and a half. So it's like, let's say almost 2 hours. So you see, like having a layover of 4 hours is really important, because you will have known where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to, like where you're supposed to be waiting for your next flight.
Now you have arrived in the USA. How long did it take for you to receive your paper? And guys, when I mean the papers, in the US you have to get the document for you to show that you're here legally, like green card, social security number. So how long did it take?
Wow. As I said earlier, getting a host for me was hectic and the journey was hectic. So and as I said, when I was filing for my when I was getting my visa, I changed my host documents, and it was supposed to be in Seattle. Now the host was in Seattle in Washington, so I was supposed to go to Seattle. So the host details were in the name of Seattle, and I was supposed to change that when I come to the airport. That's one thing.
And I will cut you short. Guys, I told John that when you arrive at the port of entry, that is the airport that you will enter, change the address. I think he was fearful, like, what am I gonna tell them?
Okay, let people who are coming and maybe you are changing your host, like the way I changed my destination from Washington to Texas. It's very, very important for you to to go and change the details, because now, as you have asked about my documents, when we tried when I was waiting for the Social Security, and I went for the Social Security and Homeland, and I also applied for another Social Security, but my social and everything was, and green card was sent to my former my host, because that's what the details they had in U.S.A. So one thing I can say, it took me a very long time, because after now they received my details, before they send everything to me, it took a long time for me to receive everything, and before receiving now it took like a month. It took like a month for me to get my Social Security and also the green card. And mind you, I watched in the U.S.A. because I had the everything, the logins and everything. Within 2 weeks it was already out. But for me to receive it, because now they had also to mail it to me, they took a long time for them to mail it to me, and that one, it delayed a lot of the things that I was supposed to do.
And guys, I want to comment about the address issue. One thing is that when you arrive at the port of entry, where you give in the envelope, because that is something that I did. I was supposed to initially come to Texas, but I ended up going to Maryland because of this hosting issue. Kufanyiwa ile kitu. So when I arrived there, when I was giving the envelope, I told the guy, and I please, I would like to change the address. Could you please update it for me? And he just looked at me and he smiled, and he asked me, who are you? Who is the person that is gonna host you? And I said, I mentioned the name, and he's like, what is the address? I give the address, and he just started joking about Kenyan culture of carrying Loiko cubes.
I also
and we were laughing about it. So guys, it's not a big deal to change this one. Remember, it's for your own good. You never know where your document can land to, and when you don't change, it can delay you at the process of you getting a job, because you need those jobs for you to be employed. And you can see John's case, he had to delay for a whole month, and maybe he would have gotten a job already.
So I had to delay because now the documents are not here, and here in Texas, as you guys told me and as I saw, I have to have all the documents for me now to get job. So it delayed everything, and but we thank God everything arrived later. But it's good for people to always talk to, if you are changing their host address and everything, it's good you do that at the port of entry if you did not change at the interview.
And they don't have any issue, and they will not ask you. They know things happen. You're not the first one to change. So guys, let's talk about now getting work. The process of applying for the jobs. How was it? Which website did you use to apply the job? What did you do?
Wow, now the process of getting work in America is different. It's different from home, and everything is done differently, because here we use the websites and everything. For example, if it's a mall, you want job from a mall, or maybe something, you go to their website and you apply everything. You send your resume. In Kenya we call it a CV, but here they call it a resume. So you have to write a resume, and you have to use the way write resume here. And I'm lucky because I found Terry here, and she guided me on how to write a resume and everything, because back in my head I had the only way of writing a CV, which was back in home. So when you write that one here, and they put it in there's a way they arrange it, you find out that your resume is not adding up, so you need to spice it up, and I was helped by Terry to do that. So at least my resume was making sense, and
tell them you had to do it a lot of time, because one thing, I am so keen to details. And I am keen to details, and I have the perfection when it comes to that, because when one thing is, I know I have been here, I know what they look at, and I give you like examples. So following that,
it's a good thing when you have somebody who can guide you, because all in all, here in America, people live their own life, and mostly the way I came to realize and see from other people, it's not everybody who is there to help you, it's not everybody who is there to guide you. So when you have somebody who can guide you, it's good to listen, it's good to follow their advices, because through their advices and through everything that I was guided by Terry, I was able now to write a good resume, and I was able now to go to the websites. For example, I used one of the websites that she told me to use was Indeed, and the other thing she told me also, I can use the LinkedIn. And through that I was able now to find some jobs.
What was the first job?
Now the first job that I got was a warehouse job, and it was a good one because it was my first job, and I was so eager to go and work. And I remember when I went to the interview for this job, I thought that I'll go there, they ask me questions and everything. And when I went to the interview, because before that I got the first job, I had gone for like 2 interviews before. And when I went to the 2 interviews, they used to ask questions and everything, and I could present myself and give all the details and everything. And the 2, I did not get them. Like, they did not reply back, they did not say anything, so I never get them. But when I went to this job now, the warehouse job, it was different, because I remember when I went, I was expecting, some questions and everything, formality and everything. But when I went to this job, the thing they gave me a paper and told me, write your names, write your details, social security and everything. Give us your green card or maybe your ID, and they photocopied it, and that was it. I was told, you are qualified and come to the job at the next day. And I was like, whoa, here I am.
And guys, to add on that, before he got that, some jobs you don't have to just apply on the website and wait. As the first job, you're not supposed to be like choosy. Remember, you're trying to start your own life. You're starting to figure out things. So tell them, I even took you to some shops by shop.
Somebody who has things done in details, and also anakusukuma mpaka mfanye ile kitu. Kama mtatembea, kama mtadrive, you'll go until mtanock hizo milango. But we went we went for very many, like we went to restaurants, we went knocking on vinyozi salon, everything. We went and we were looking for job, hata kwa some malls and everything. Tulikuwa tunatafuta job, na naenda na pale tunauliza kama kuna kazi and everything, and we get the details, you get the website, they give me the website, I come apply at home and everything, and we continue waiting. And let me say this, I never told Terry, but I never told her something funny. After I got my first job, I applied for the second job, and I told Terry that one, and I applied for the second job. And now after that, people that I had applied before walianza ku reach out, wananitia kazi. Not 1, not 2, not 3, like 6 of them. Nimeitiwa kazi nilikuwa nimeapply kitambo, and they never called back. So one thing I can say is that ukiwa huku US usikuwe na wasiwasi wa kupata kazi, because job ni nyingi. You just apply, and those jobs that you want zitakuja tu. But for the first time, before you get a job, ile kazi inakam, wewe changamkia. Then as you continue looking for what you want to pursue in life, because you cannot just say, I want to do this and this is what I'm gonna get. No, sometimes you have to start from somewhere before you reach another destination.
You have to be patient. The process is different from other country. US do things in a systematic way. It is applying the interview, the background check.
Whoa,
it goes in a systematic way. So you have to be patient on that. And after John, you can tell them, after getting getting the second job, you are God-given skills.
Okay, now my second job, now after I got the first job, I got the first job, and as I continued doing the first job, I remember I had applied for the second job in January. Now the process was like they take time as they verify. As Terry has said, you have to apply, they have to look at your details, they have to see at your ID, they have to do a background check. So there's a lot that happens before you get the job. And I remember when applying that job for the second job, which is now the God-given skill, which is I'm a painter by profession, and that's what I was doing in Kenya, and that's what I wanted to pursue. So when I applied for this job, it took that time, a very long time, for them to like for them like to verify. And I remember I was working, and I told Terry, you know what, I had applied for a job that concerns what I love doing, and that is painting, and I have already gotten another job. And it's like, now I'm 2 weeks old in this job. What am I supposed to do? Because now these ones, they are calling me to go for an interview. And I remember Terry telling me, you know what? Or here in USA, we have option. You can leave. You can leave even if it's 1 week, and you can leave that job and go to the next job. So she told me, go for the interview. Go for the interview because that's what you've been looking for. And go for the interview. Do your interview, and maybe God wants you to go to the line that you love doing.
Yeah, actually, guys, I used to what we used to do. Like going to like LinkedIn and Indeed, and then I could look for the jobs. Let's say the painter, some of them I could forward to John and he could apply, and some of them he could do it himself. So we did like over 100 jobs. We
did like it's not even 100, like I can say like 250, because I remember like warehouse jobs we've applied more than 100, some dishwasher, all kind of jobs. Like there's nothing we didn't apply. And I remember I used to apply more painting jobs, and I couldn't get some information. But later, after I got this second job, because I just did for the information, I only did warehouse for 1 month, and the next month I started the painting job. So God is really working in his mysterious ways. And if you pursue everything, and as you have been told, like you have to wait, and there's a waiting process. Because remember this job that I did, I applied on January, and you can see I waited like for 2 months or 3 before I get the job. So it's really, really important to be patient and to pursue and continue doing. Even if you don't get the feedback, continue pursuing other things, and whatever you have been looking for will find you on the way.
So what I wanted to say, guys, so when he got the second job, what I advised him is to follow his passion. I know he was scared about like leaving the job, but what I can tell you is that irrespective of the skills that you have, if the skills are appreciated in the USA, they appreciate the skills. And John is a testimony. So if you are a plumber, if you want to continue with the plumber when you come here, and it pays well. We're not gonna say how much is gonna, but it pays well, and they appreciate your skills.
Sure. Actually, if there's something that I came to realize, hizi kazi tunasemaga Kenya, kazi za mikono, hizo kazi ni very, very, very important, because most of the people here in USA hawapendi hizi kazi chafu. Let me call them chafu, because like it involves a lot of nguvu and everything, and most of the people like wanapenda white collar job. So if you have these skills and you're really passionate about doing maybe the plumbing, electrical, the painting, maybe you're a mason, maybe you're a carpenter, easy jobs ziko na pesa. So it's very, very important, and it's good that you continue, and when you come here, even if you can try with starting another job that is not of your, maybe of the same thing you have been doing, you'll continue looking for another job that is in the line of your profession. And when you get there, you start growing, because also here in USA wanafanya vitu differently. I'm also still learning some of the things that they are doing differently from Kenya, how you are doing things. And so far so good. I'm into the system now. Everything is running smoothly, and I thank God that everything is okay.
And good thing takes time, for me, people usually get surprised when I tell them I was a civil engineer back home, and when I came here I started in a beauty store, so they don't understand that. But you know what, good thing takes time, and whatever passion that you have, follow that. You will feel appreciated here. There is no discrimination, and there is like when you go in for the interview, they seen the skills that you have, not who you know, and not who you are, because they are very keen on that. It's what you can bring to the table.
And also, maybe if I may add something, it's also good if you have maybe papers of maybe whatever you've been doing, maybe the profession, like if you are a plumber, maybe you have done it, and you have the papers and everything. Maybe you went to a college or a university or anything. It's good you have those papers. They help to prove that this is what you've been doing. And maybe if you are you have all these documents, it's very important because they can help in the proving of that you are really into that detail and you're still doing that job. So it's very important.
They asked, and actually they asked you.
They asked me a lot of this.
Like, can you prove you had these skills? And he was able to provide that. Moving on, what was the cultural differences that shocked you?
Well, here in America, everything is like different kabisa. Like, kutokana na chakula, the first thing, the way people dress. Like, for example, me nilienda church. I remember nilipeleka church the first time. When I went to the church the first time, I was like, okay, all right, because the music there ilikuwa ni kama tuko zina sema aje. Like, nimezoea church za home. Then I entered to this church and I'm like, wow, tukama tuko kwa recording studio. The music is flowing, kuna mataa kila mahali, everything is going on well. Alafu watu wenye wamevaa differently. Kuna mtu akwenda kinyasa na slippers, mwingine yako na madredi, matatu, and I was like, wow, hii ingekuwa Kenya, ingekuwa because Kenya tumezoea masuti, kama tumevaa masuti na kila kitu, then unakuta watu wako tu free. There's no discrimination. Watu ni all colors. Like kwa church unapata all colors, everything. And again, nilipata na vitu mob. Ulikuja kwa food, the way people eat. Breakfast ya huku hivi manzeni, breakfast ingine mzito. Like breakfast ya huku ni kama lunch home. Because the way people eat at breakfast, wanakula like, I remember kwa mahoteli tukienda unapata food ni mob. Kuna like variety, kuna chakula, kuna matunda, kuna coffee, kuna juices, ziko everywhere. And I'm like, wow. Then kuja zile chakula zetu tumezoea kina githeri, managu na nini, you find out that haziko kila mahali, like hazipatikani, and those that are zinapatikana ni moja na ziko kwa African store, and they are a bit like expensive. So unapata pia huku we have to like change the way umekuwa ukizoea kukula vitu na kula zile vitu umezoea kukula, and you have now to accept now and have the new system, of which I'm loving the foods right now. At least nimeanza kujua majina. I can at least I can also order something for myself. So these are a lot of like the changes that I've seen. And also here everything is different. Home mabasi na matatu zilikuanga like tofauti kabisa. Like unapata mabasi matatu kila mahali. Huku hivi wasee wamezoea like huku like 95% kila mtu ako na gari. Basi zenye ziko zinaenda na time. Like you have like kama unataka kwenda place, you have to check online. Uone inakuja saa ngapi kwa stage yenye unataka kupandia, na itafika saa ngapi to the next. Like it's that systematic, and kama ni kulipa kuna card, kuna cash, like it's so systematic. Na hata kama iko na mtu mmoja it will go. Si kama home like lazima ijae mpaka mjazilio msimame na everything. Like it's so different. Huku hakuna kutupa takataka ovyo. Like everything is like love these streets huku ni safi. Kuna mimi nilikuja huku, I was like street lights ziko karibu kila mahali. I'm like all right, okay huku tuna keep right na everything. You have to obey the traffic. Barabara haina mtu, haina gari, lakini juu imeandikwa stop lazima usimame hapo. Like that one for me it's a lot. Vitu mob sana huku nimepata zikiwa like different kabisa na home kabisa.
That's true.
Huku pia kuna snow. Nilikuja huku nikapata na snow.
The social life.
Wow, sasa hapo kwa social life, hapo sana nitasema like ukikuja US kama hauna watu unajua, ama kama hamtaishi na Wakenya or something, first of all lazima utakuwa na kahuzuni keneka kwa hapo, because now you are coming to another system whereby watu huku hivi most of the time wamejiweka like kiwao, and people, the most important thing squeeze watu huku ni like job. Watu wako, mtu kutoka home anaenda job, mtu akitoka home anaenda job, like hiyo imekuwa like the way of life. And also huku huwezi tembelea mtu venye unataka at like here you cannot like just visit somebody like the way you used to do at home. You just leave your house and you go to the neighbor and you knock at your neighbor's door and mnaenda kupiga mshene and everything. You don't do that here. Here you have to book an appointment. Even if it's your friend, you have to call them and ask them, are you at home, can I come? If they say no, even if they are at home, you cannot go like It's so different. And also people are living like distances and distances. So you can live here and you don't know your next neighbor because maybe you are moving at maybe you go to work at 1 and they go to work at night. So by the time he is coming and you are going, you don't meet. You cannot even know your next neighbor. So social life here is a bit tricky. But if you find friends, maybe you can connect once in a while, maybe on Sundays and Saturdays. You plan, maybe you meet and have some some bonding time and everything. You can even go to bowling and everything. Like you just have to create your own space and your own thing. Because even if people are busy, you can also plan for something if you really want it. Yeah. So that's what I can say about the culture shock.
And what do you miss most from your country?
One thing that I say I miss most from my country, mimi mtu napenda kienyeji. I love the African food like managus and everything. And also I miss the way we used to like hang out with people everywhere without noticing anybody, without telling somebody I'm coming. Like you just pop up and you just go anywhere. You just stand on the road and everything. I've been here and I was trying to like move around the Addison and everything, and I could see like I'm around the place and I'm not seeing anybody walking. I'm alone walking. Everybody else is using vehicles and everything. So you see like there is not that kind of big interaction like the way it was at home. And things are different. So sometimes you feel like, you feel that you want that vibe, the vibe that you used to have at home, like have a friends around and everything, talk around and do everything. But one thing again, you also thank God because here you're also trying to make a life and a better future. So it's a great opportunity and things have to be different because this is now, it's the first world and these are super, like the economy and everything is running differently. So the way everything is different, even culture is different.
As we are wrapping up, what would you advise the people or dvlottery winner or any immigrant that are planning to move here? Like what would you tell them?
Okay, most of the things that I would tell them, I've said it, but as we are wrapping up, I'll say one thing is, first of all, involve God in your journey and don't do things without knowing and having the enough information. If you don't have enough information, look for people like Terry. Go to the website, look upon their YouTube and look upon what they are saying about the DV, about the journey, about USA. Look for other people, even Kaka Jonito USA, you can look for him. You can check this information, look upon this information, because most of the things that where people go wrong is you want to come to USA but you don't want to have the right information for yourself. You want to come to USA but you don't want to equip yourself with the right information. And these these channels are there for people to garner this information, because not everybody is here in USA and not everybody has ever gotten a chance to come to the USA. Something else I'll say is be friends with people. Be friends with people and create a good rapport with people, so that you can also they can connect you to the destiny connectors. Because as for me, if Lucy didn't know you and didn't if she was not in your group, I could have not known you and you could have not helped me. So you see, I got help from Lucy, and Lucy brought me to your group, and you gave me the help that I needed. So you see, you have to create that good rapport with people so that you can get these destiny connectors. And something else I can say, it's always good to also listen to the advices that you are being given, because people like Terry have been here for a while, like 5 years or so, and they have seen all these things. They have gone through all these challenges that now I'm trying now to go through. Like they have gone through these challenges, so it's easier for me because I have like Mwakenya, I have like a manuscript that this and this happens like this and this goes like this. So I can be able to run away from some messes and everything, because I have like people who are guiding me. So it's always good for those people who are coming from Kenya and other countries in Africa or any other country in the world. It's always good to have this guidance, and it's always good to join yourself with people who can help you to grow in what you want to be, because most of the people, even those who are in America, not everybody is there to help you. Not everybody is happy to hear that you are coming to America. Some people want to mess you around and they want to use you. So it's always good to see and try to ask God to help you to find the right people who will help you, and you'll be able, like, you know, to achieve and grow as you come to America.
That's true. Yeah, guys, you have heard John is doing fine. I know most people have been requesting for him to come to my channel. Here he is.
I'm here.
Hope you have enjoyed this conversation. You will be seeing him more often, maybe on the live video. Let me know what you would like us to have as a topic in our next video, and we will do exactly that. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you, Terry.
And guys, thank you, and please subscribe on the journey to 10,000 subscriber, and subscribe to
Kaka Jonito USA.
Okay, adios.
Adios. Bye.